So it's 10 a.m. when you wake up, and you left your PS4 on overnight to download the new Modern Warfare Warzone update. So you're just excited, you know. You heard that there wasn't too much added to Warzone, but you did hear that there's some new guns to be looted and all that, and you're excited to play, right? Well, you click on the Warzone menu. You prefer to play some regular battle royale. You might try blood money at some point, but for now, you try some regular battle royale and get into yourself into a game. And while you're in the pregame lobby, you kind of notice something weird. You notice that your lethals and your tacticals and all of your controls are kind of weird, and then you press up on a D-pad and you find out that your lethal and your tactical can be switched and chosen to be thrown at some point. So you decide to quit the game, you look at your controller settings, and you see that it's on bumper ping, and you go,
No,
1 year deal.
no.
19 million, 1 year, Boogie Cup.
No, we don't need them.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So what's up guys, it's here, Mightyno or Quadigy, and in the new update of 1.18, they actually gave us a new button layout, which is not really favorable in my opinion for somebody like myself that uses bumper jumper tactical flipped, or for other people that run stick and move, and it's called bumper ping. They actually added it all the way to the bottom, and it's a BR only button layout for your controllers. I don't really advise using this. In fact, I'll say don't use it, except maybe if you're a default player, a tactical player, or if you have a scuff controller, then maybe experiment with this. But if you play on stick and move, bumper jumper tactical, bumper jumper, or whatever else there might be, I can almost say that like it's pretty much no point in using bumper ping, just because you're already really comfortable with, you know, pressing up on a D-pad to ping, and running bumper ping is just so unnatural. If you look at the controller layout, you pretty much have the ping change. I mean, I play flipped, so I'm gonna change it. And for me, I have to press L2 to ping. I have to use R2 for lethal equipment and pretty much tactical equipment as well. As you guys have seen, I have to press up on the D-pad to pretty much switch between lethal and tactical. And that's just a lot of hassle to switch between lethal and tactical. And plus, with bumper ping flipped or bumper ping, I can't jump shot or drop shot the way that I want to. So this is a big disadvantage for players that already have a jump shotting slash drop shotting kind of button layout, such as stick and move or bumper jumper tactical flip. So if you're one of those players, just as like myself, that run bumper jumper tactical flipped or stick and move, then don't use bumper ping flipped. For some weird reason, they actually defaulted to you whenever you enter the Warzone menu, and I don't like that at all. So make sure you change it to whatever you're, you know, comfortable with. I'm comfortable with bumper jumper tactical flip because if you guys can see, I can jump using L2, I can use lethal equipment with R2, and I can use my tactical equipment with X. There's no reason to flip between, you know, a lethal and tactical, so that just makes it a little bit uncomfortable. I don't recommend bumper ping. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys the rest of the settings that you should use in order to succeed in Call of Duty Warzone, because I really want you guys to succeed and perform to the best of your ability in Call of Duty Warzone. If you guys want to hear more tips, tricks, entertaining content, or you guys like my personality, or you guys thought that that tip that I just gave is helpful, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications, because I'm telling you, running bumper ping is gonna do more harm to you than actually help you. Also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/markoverhero. You guys want to ask more questions about button layouts, or how I feel about Warzone in general. You guys are freaking great. So I run horizontal stick sensitivity at 8 and vertical stick sensitivity at 8 just because they're not too fast, they're not too slow. This is more personal preference. But if I can control it at a general, you know, sensitivity, then I'll be pretty much good to track my opponents and body them. We got the ADS Sensitivity Multiplier low zoom at 0.9 just because if I have it any higher, if I'm ADS and trying to keep track of an opponent, having it super high is going to make it a lot harder for me to track my opponent, so I need to make it lower so that if an opponent is like kind of strafing or something, I'm able to keep track of the opponent way easier. With the snipers, I try to keep it a little bit more higher just because like I'm more of a quick sniper. If you're playing Warzone and you want to snipe from longer range, I do recommend lowering this snipe sensitivity or ADS sensitivity multiplier to like maybe 0.9 as well. It's up to you, obviously. Aim response curve type. Use dynamic because it'll allow you to snap on opponents way easier. I have a bunch of clips to show you guys how I snap on opponents, and I will recommend this one highly for you guys. I see y'all. Down. Be careful.
Oh my Jesus! Oh, he jumped down.
Bingo. See, I see the one on the other side. Controller vibration I keep on disabled just because if you have it on, the recoil of the controller vibration can actually kind of impact you in the game. I mean, sometimes it doesn't affect other people, but then, like I said, it's personal preference. I just feel like with nothing vibrating, it's a lot easier to keep track of my opponents that way. So I don't have to focus on the vibration of my controller, which is kind of unnecessary. Use standard aim assist. All these other aim assists don't really help you in any single way. They actually hinder you in some kind of way. There's been a video made on each of the aim assists, and that's what I gathered. So use standard. Trust me on that. Make sure if you want to loot fast, put on contextual tap. If you want to open doors fast, put on contextual tap. All you gotta do is press square to loot, and open doors and close doors. So contextual tap is really, really nice for those quick decision-making engagements. Also, for some reason, they added these two new settings called Vehicle Camera Recenter and Parachute Auto Deploy. Keep them enabled. If you turn them off, then I feel like you're kind of weird in doing that. The Parachute Auto Deploy is nice because before you reach the ground, it actually will open up for you even without you having to press X. That is if you haven't cut your parachute before. If you did cut your parachute before making that final landing, then you have to manually deploy yourself. So keep that in mind. Even maybe you could have it disabled. This one you can have it disabled. However, with the vehicle camera behavior or vehicle camera recenter, keep it enabled. I think it's just a lot easier to track your cars when you're driving this way. Trust. Brightness, keep it at 53%. Fill grain should be 0 to make the game look better. I keep subtitles on because if I hear a call out, it's red on the screen, so I can read it on screen and hear it in case I don't hear it for some weird reason. World motion blur and weapon motion blur should be off because if you're trying to track your opponents and you have the motion blur on, when you make that turn, all you're gonna see is blurriness in some of the windows, and you don't want to see blurriness in the window because you might miss out on an opponent. So keep it both off if you want to be the best player you can be. Minimap shape, keep it square. Square is just way better than circle according to mathematical statistics, so keep it as square. Square where you'll have a lot more surface area to deal with, which means you'll have more visibility to your enemies, around 20%, 20 to 25. Minimap rotation, keep it enabled. For your sound effects volume, I mean, I've already touched on this before, keep it at boost low, because if you use boost low, you're actually going to be able to hear footsteps better than if you use like midnight mode, boost high. Boost low just boosts the bassy, the lower bassy sounds, and footsteps are one of those lower bassy sounds. If you guys want to hear footsteps a lot more easier in Warzone, I highly recommend boost low for this reason. Master volume, I mean, obviously keep it as high as possible. Music volume should be low because you don't want music distracting you from hearing those valuable footsteps. Dialogue should be a little bit higher because sometimes your teammates do say something or your characters say something that you should listen to, so keep that a little bit higher. Effects volume should be all the way up because that's how you're going to hear the footsteps, enemy gunfire, vehicles, kill streaks, or whatever the case may be. Keep this at 100 because this is going to be your most vital volume that you should listen to. And I've been messing around with crossplay lately. PC players are known to be hackers, or not all PC players, but there happens to be a lot more hackers on PC for some weird reason. So me personally, I turn crossplay off so that I prevent myself from playing with PC players. If you run into a PC player in a Warzone lobby, it can go really well for you because they're just kind of novice with keyboard and mouse, or it can go really badly because they have hacks or mods or whatever. I've seen hackers on the internet, and I've yet to run into a hacker. There was one instance where I thought I ran into a hacker, but he seemed legit, or maybe I just didn't watch long enough. But just keep it disabled if you guys want technically quote-unquote easier lobbies. So yeah, that's gonna make it for today's video. Like I said before, do not run bumper ping. When you get on this game, if you haven't gotten on this game yet, you're gonna be on bumper ping by default. Make sure you change your settings back to whatever it is that you were using. especially if you used to drop shot or jump shot a lot. Unless you have a scub, maybe you can mess around with bumper ping a bit. But trust me, if you run bumper jumper or stick and move, stick to this. So if any of these tips helped you, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you're new, turn on post notifications. You guys are absolutely amazing. And how many of you guys were surprised when bumper ping was implemented without your permission? I'd like to know in the comment section below, because I know I was. But yeah, you guys are all freaking beautiful. You guys are all freaking amazing. Follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/themarkofahero if you guys want to interact with me. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! I love you all.